Alright, today we are gonna do the impossible because I promise you, by the end of this very video, you will love Machine Gun Kelly. Well, not love, but I would hope you'd at least respect him. But before we get started, let me know, are you an MGK fan or did you actually click on this video because the thumbnail said, watch this if you hate MGK? Actually go into the comments and let me know because I do read and respond to every single comment. Check my videos.
Fuck it, I was raised like that. So I guess I never really changed like that. I think when people see me acting a certain way or, asking questions about why I act a certain way, you gotta put yourself in the position of being 11 years old and trying ecstasy for the first time, going out with your friends, putting pacifiers in your mouth. It's 11 years old. Mom dipped at 9. I'm on my own doing whatever I want, 10 years old. All these things in my life now are just like, I was raised like that. So I guess I never really changed like that. I've been stuck in my ways.
So for those who don't know, MGK's mom kinda abandoned him and then his dad kicked him out when he was 16 years old. And from that point on, he was basically a homeless heroin addict on the streets of Cleveland who became a single father at the age of 18. So for him to go on and accomplish all those things that he still accomplished is a miracle. Like, it's honestly a miracle to me that the man is only this fucked up. And I already know there's going to be a bunch of comments calling him a pedophile. Here's him apologizing and acknowledging those dumb comments he made.
Bums me out so much that like journalists and people in control of headlines and overall mainstream narratives like pin me as this. And I think that's also my own doing. Like for my early 20s, I was a very introverted individual because I felt really out of place my whole life, and I countered it by putting on this exoskeleton of arrogance and cockiness. I do come off like where I'm like, I cringe at that. Like, I wish I wouldn't have said. And some stuff I said at the time because the environment at the time was say whatever you can to piss people off. Do I always handle things the right way? No. Am I a human? Yes. You think everything I say I'm proud of or that I like can stand on? Fuck no. Plenty of stuff I'm embarrassed by or ashamed of. Don't make people villains that are making mistakes.
I think what's also important to mention is that MGK is practically never sober. Dude just does extremely hard drugs and he does a lot of them and he does a lot of them regularly, which is not good for your psyche. And it's not really an excuse, but I do think a lot of his behavior can be explained by his trauma and addiction.
Oh, my drug use? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look, if it was going to be a lesson learned, I might have learned it when it happened to Pete. You know what I'm saying? There's the reality of situations is you can't, as a world, expect to break people down constantly and not expect them to want some type of escape. I don't have a mom I can call. I don't have a father I can call. I don't have my, you know what I'm saying? Like my aunt, who was the last thing that I had, is gone, right? I got a 9-year-old. I call and confide all my things. When Chester Bennington died and that tour, that was, you know what I'm saying? And a friend, a beautiful light in my life, like a soul that I love, in a tour that, after the most successful album we had come out, was about to change our lives, and all that was I put that on a 9-year-old. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, I've been trying to fight to get back all the things that were lost when that happened. I had a #1 single on the pop. I'm not talking about #1 on iTunes like Rap Dell is for the past 8 days. I'm talking about a #1 charting Billboard song that sold how many worldwide? 7 to 8 million. 6, 7 million worldwide in 1 year. And like, it was that moment. There is no question when I win a Grammy or when I win a VMA that there is no tweets that are like, he doesn't deserve. There is none of that. There is no like, there's nothing other. I can't see anyone doing other than this, standing up and being like, damn, homie, it's been a long time coming. Sometimes comfort from humans isn't enough.
But you don't want to turn to drugs, especially when you see how
I'm not. Look, I'm
because of drug use. And what about people around you? Nobody around you is like...
Absolutely, it's a huge issue. And I talk about that on the record. There's a song called Lately. I talk about that. We got in a huge fight in the Chicago airport. Huge fight. And it was all over. Yes, huge. And there's no yes men on my team. There's none of that. Huge fight. I'm talking about to the point where it's like we're physically brawling with each other over the temper that comes from using drugs. I know I know everything that comes. I almost was mad.
And you still could be if you don't slow down.
And that's fine, but like,
that's not fine.
No, excuse me, that's not fine. Excuse me.
And you can't tell me you're a fighter, but not willing to fight your addiction, especially being that you got a 9-year-old.
And especially you can talk to your 9-year-old, because that should be the reason.
Why go to therapy when I got y'all?
MGK kind of turned it into a joke at the end, but I gotta give props to the Breakfast Club because they do seem like they genuinely cared in that moment. I'm not the biggest Charlemagne fan, but that sequence almost made me one, you know what I mean? Props to them. I would love to have a 2022 MGK Breakfast Club appearance, honestly.
Some people, when they wake up, they need like a cup of coffee to crack a smile. Me, when I go in the studio, I need to crack an Addy and open my mind up and just like lose all my worries from everything going on in the real world. That's just the way I've done it since I've done it.
But this isn't gonna be some pity party. Like, I've already done videos on MGK being depressed. My point is just to showcase how much this man is really struggling. I did that, but now we are gonna move on to the next chapter, which is how genuinely nice he still is as a human being. This dude actually walked. He does like a lot of charity stuff, but...
Do you get black eyebrows?
Yes.
Hard. Don't say
No.
That's a bad. That's fucking sick.
No.
Why?
Because I get made fun of.
Oh, dude, oh my god, you should see my ear. You should see so many things. Oh my god, that thing is so cool. Embrace those things. That's awesome.
Something for you to hold on to from me. It's my signature guitar, so you can hang it up or you can learn to play it or whatever you want, but that's my thank you for your life.
The thing is, I was gonna say, like, he does a lot of charity stuff, but what means a lot more to me is just how personal he treats each fan of his. And I think the problem is a lot of people, when they think of MGK, they think of this rap devil douchebag, when in reality, he's just an insanely wholesome goofball and a genuinely nice guy. This is what he did when they canceled his concert.
Yeah, no, no. Oh, you know? Yeah. My name's Colson. That makes my day. Yeah. Oh, yeah, EJ, welcome to the city. It's my whole town, so I hope you have a good time. Yeah. No, not at all. Let's do it. Thank you. I like that chain. That's hard. Thank you. Do you love ball? Yeah, my dad was calling go. Oh, crazy. Oh my God, crazy. And I've been waiting to play the celebrity game for 10 years, so it's cool to finally be here and do it in my hometown. Yeah. I noticed your sign, and I relate to your sign actually. It said, "Some assholes ruined my sign." Oh, at that festival, right? So I got to skip school to come here for a redo. It's actually so disgusting that someone would like ruin a kid's time at a concert for something so petty. And I just want to say, there's gonna be people in life that try to pick on you, and meet them with a smile, man, and show up anyways, and like do what you keep doing. And your moment happens now, right? They ruined that moment, but look how much cooler this moment is right here. I saw you singing the words of the last song. Do you want to do it with me? I'm back on, no trust, I quit. I kept my dealer's number down. from you, but I'll give you $100 fucking if you're taller than me.
Thank you, bro. Have a good life. Good night.
Who said that?
Good night. I said that.
Good night, too.
Good night.
Thank you, so.
Yeah, I didn't have the best morning. You guys made me a lot happier, to be honest.
Thanks for being so humble.
Thanks, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
man.
fuck yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for being down.
See this. They created this in 2004.
Oh, so cool.
It's
Is that
an
the
Indian
Indian
flag, yes.
Oh, fire, man.
Some old music.
I love you so much.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Hell yeah.
I always thought a good judge of character is looking at how people actually treat Nardwuar. I also see a lot of people calling MGK a poser and that he only started doing punk music because Eminem kicked him out of rap, even though every single rap video of his still gets above 100 million views.
An autographed to you anti-flag vinyl record.
Oh, shit. No, is this for real?
Yes, to Machine Gun Kelly. Autograph.
Keep in mind this was 2010.
Man, you have, oh, how did you even know? Wait, I never even said that. I never even publicly stated.
You're Machine Gun Kelly. People know.
God.
We can't tell the people about Machine Gun Kelly and anti-flag, and now the autographed record.
Man, dude, this was probably one of my favorite bands growing up. Definitely, like, huge influence on me in middle school. I fought to get this record, like the theme song for our DVD we have coming out. And, God, dude, this is fucking nuts, man. Thank you.
Oh,
Wait,
no
hold on,
problem.
wait.
I just thought, look, there's machine guns on the record, too.
Oh, and actually, hold on 1 second. I brought a gift for you, too. Hold on 1 second. I want to just say a quote and see if you know where this is from. I don't need my friends to tell me who my friends are.
Oh, that's amazing. That's the Evaporators. That's my own band. That's incredible. How did you even know that?
Went ahead and we made you a band t-shirt. I mean, we're not very good at art, but, I went ahead and signed one and made one for you.
Oh, my God. That is incredible.
So, Evaporators t-shirt, here we go.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Machine Gun Kelly. Thank you. Like, how did you do? Oh, my goodness.
Friends in high places, dude, they told me.
He should have just said, "You're Nardwuar." People gotta know, but
How did you get into anti-flag? What punk did you grow up on?
Definitely grew up on them, No Effects, Casualties, basically through Warped Tour. So, yeah. And then, like, I was a punker growing up. Like, the friend that I lived with when I was a kid, he was, like, a huge punker, so.
How did you hear about the Evaporators? That's incredible. I have no idea how you found out about that.
Because we get down, motherfucker.
Let me say something to Pierce. Hey, I know that you're upset that I released a pop punk album that rocks. So if you're mad about it, and I'm sorry you are, because I love you, then you go do it. You do it. You do it better. I love you. Enjoy the music, and you do it.
I was going to ask you if you had a message for sort of, people out there who might, think you don't have the right credentials or whatever, but I think you pretty much
right credentials. We were walking our fucking amps a mile in the goddamn sandy sun and fucking Warped Tour every day. My fucking chucks melted to the stage. Where the fuck were you at in your carpeted living room? Get the fuck out of here. You didn't shave your fucking head and write the words fuck and drop acid 36 days in a row and fucking like go on tour and fucking scream it out. You didn't go and open for a million fucking bands and get spit on and thrown beer cans at, and like someone stuffed a giant fucking Faygo can with rocks and literally made me get stitches from throwing at me. Like, you can't take me away from a stage. That's fucking punk rock. You can't fucking put me in a box. That's punk rock. You can't tell me what the fuck music to make. That's punk rock. You can't fucking put me up against nobody and I'll fucking won't come out as a motherfucking champion. That's punk rock. You can't fucking put the goddamn my fucking back against the wall and have like 8 fucking people trying to fucking take my goddamn life and me not fucking somehow emerge like the phoenix from the fucking ashes. That's punk rock. You can't fucking tell Machine Gun Kelly 5 fucking albums later that we won't be nominated, that we should just stop. That's punk rock. I don't have to fucking splash any credentials, even though I just fucking literally ran through a bunch. But I'm happy, and you're not going to take my fucking happiness away from me. That's all I'm saying. I don't even know who I'm talking to. This is a fucking computer screen. It's annoying. But if you were here, I fucking told you. You can't take this away from me. Take it to my downfall. God damn it. It was a fucking... the joke's on you. There is no fucking downfall. I love y'all. Bye.
The thing that makes me sad is he did mention he's happy and he's not going to let you take his happiness away, which unfortunately is exactly the thing that happened. Every single recent MGK interview just sounds like this.
I'm going to die one day. And it's okay to like say congratulations while I'm still here. And it's okay to not think of me as this like overconfident presence, that way that I constantly hear people judge me as, because people think like I have it so together that they don't need to help me through my issues, or that they don't need to be there for me because they're like, oh, he got it. Look how he like carries himself. Look, insecurity runs through my bones like blood. Backstage, before and after show, constantly. I constantly critique myself. There's not a day I don't wake up and miss the mirror every time because I don't want to look at what's going on. I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about in every aspect, you know what I mean? My gut is constantly filled with anxiety. My chest can't breathe. My therapist says I have an issue with breathing. I can't stop fidgeting. I fidget all the time. Like, there isn't one bit of this that I just like breeze through. And I've never, ever once been asked, am I good? People just assume, am I good? People ask me if my friends are good. And they miss the messenger to go ask. And I'll be like, okay. Hey, are you all good, bud? Yeah, he's all good. I'm not, but I'll just go talk to myself or go write it more in music, and you'll just miss it more and more again.
Does that happen to you often when you've written a song in a moment, maybe reacting to something that's happening in that moment, and then your life is so different by the time you get out on the stage that it feels, like you say, it just doesn't feel right to be singing it because it belonged to that moment and doesn't belong on that stage?
No, because most of the time, my whole career, I have no problem putting on that smile that we talked about.
Yeah.
Like, I've been frustrated for years about certain stuff where I've been like, don't you hear me crying out in this song right here? Don't you hear that, like, everything's not all right? Don't you hear it's like, don't you hear that you miss it every time when it comes to how I'm portrayed in the mainstream media? Like, they don't want me to be an underdog. They don't want me to be rooted for. They don't want me to be coveted or beloved. Like, they want me to be hated and villainized and scrutinized and ostracized so badly, and I don't understand it because I'm a kid who came from nothing, out of the middle of a town that wasn't known for anything other than sports and steel and crime. And I came in with no guidance, no real sense. And I'm just trying. Every day I wake up, I just try. I never once have like came out and been like, I know what I'm doing. And if I have, then that was a lie. It was just me having to like have my own back because it felt like only my fans were that guidance or were the people that have my back. My favorite part of the film was getting to just put the hair over my face. I never really let people connect with my eyes. Opposite of how I am in this character that's sitting in front of you, like I'm very uncomfortable right now. Right, like, because people judge me in a way that they just skip past the part of me being like human, and they stick me as a character all the time, which maybe I presented myself to the world as, but it's something that I like sit and get very depressed about, feeling so misunderstood or so outcasted based off of a character that maybe I just used as a shell to defend myself against or against like how I viewed myself growing up, right? Like I didn't look at myself as like worthy of anything. So maybe this is me finally introducing myself to people, like the me that these guys got to know off screen. There's also a sad element to the relationship as well, because they work together, so it's almost like she's his only friend, but she's getting paid. So is it like his only friend that he has is only there because she's getting paid, but then you see that there is a love for him. But it's an interesting dichotomy, and it just leaves, it's a very lonely story. But this life is very lonely, and in real life, it's a very lonely life. I'm more hoping that people can watch it, and I'm the muse for someone to find their own inspiration and finding a will to live. You know, I've lost a lot of friends because their will wasn't strong enough to live, and I don't blame them. It's a very weird world that like sucks the daringness to push yourself, because when you do things different, people are intimidated or scared by it, and they berate you with like negativity. And why, well, you know, to be misunderstood is to also be like the witch burning on a stake, you know, like just because a certain town believes that something is not what they want, they think it has to be gone. So they end up getting their way a lot of times, because a lot of my friends are gone. I want people to find something to hold on to.
I don't know, man. It just makes me incredibly sad to see a fellow human being like this. It doesn't even have to be MGK. Like, I would cry seeing Ed Sheeran like this. This man is clearly struggling. He's clearly not getting the help he so desperately needs. And every second person on the planet leaving hate comments on his stuff is just adding fuel to the fire. Is he seriously gonna have to do something stupid before y'all regret your hate comments? Personally, if I don't like someone's music, I just don't listen to it. I hope I could showcase you some sides of MGK that you didn't see before, and hopefully you can understand why people like me just love him that much. If you're still watching, I thank you with all my heart, because I do put a lot of effort into these videos, especially this one. So please leave a like because it helps, or leave a comment because it helps even more. I also do a bunch of original music, so make sure you subscribe if you actually enjoy the content. And yeah, maybe watch a few other bits of mine. Thank you.